Roland Mumford with Mumford.law. I have another serious video showing an officer that may be allegedly committing excessive force on a gentleman in a parking lot in Rankin, Georgia. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a different take of how we normally analyze videos. I came across this in my Facebook feed today. This is in Rankin, Georgia, which is just outside of Savannah, Georgia, which is where my principal law office is. I litigate civil rights cases in Georgia, Tennessee, and Arkansas. I'm transitioning from Nashville to Savannah, Georgia, where I will live permanently. But I will be going back and forth between Georgia and Tennessee because we have family here. In this video, I'm going to kind of analyze how an advocate in the community, a YouTube auditor, or a civil rights attorney such as myself begins the analysis and what we would do when we first see a video like this or learn about what occurred. I am passing no judgment on this officer in this video. This was taken by apparently a gentleman named Khalid Brown. He had posted it to his Facebook page and shared it on some of the Savannah suburb Facebook pages. And I thank him for taking this video. I messaged him asking if he might know the person involved because I might be interested in representing him. But anyways, all we see is in this video is we see an officer. He's punching a gentleman who's apparently giving some resistance. Is it passive resistance? Is it active resistance? Is it somewhere in the middle? We don't know. So how do we pass judgment on this officer? Now, some of you may form an opinion that it is excessive force if you apply the Graham v. Connor factors. You see him punching him. The gentleman is down on the ground, but his body is contorting. He is sort of holding up the hands, but I don't know if he's just trying to protect himself from the punches. Is he avoiding being placed in handcuffs? But this officer is also tasing him. And what is awkward is you can see at the very beginning of the video, you can see that there's a couple other police cars, and then this female police officer just casually walks up to the other police officer and this person on the ground. What would we want to do if we got more information about this? Again, I'm a civil rights attorney. I have a YouTube channel, but maybe someone out there is a YouTube auditor, or you're an advocate in the community and you want to have attention on this. So what you're going to want to do is we need more information. What led up to this? Because we don't have the video from how this person had first interacted with this police officer, how he was detained, and how this interaction with the officer began. So we would want to send public records requests to the police department, and we would want to get the use of force report, the incident report, and body cam video. I don't know when this video was taken. So let's assume you're in the situation. You don't know when it was taken. You don't know what day it was, but we can tell where it's located. It's in a parking lot. It's clearly Rankin Police, so it's Rankin, Georgia. So what I would do is I would send a document requesting the first page for all use of force reports for, let's say, a certain period of time, maybe the last 7 days, the last 30 days, because I don't want all of the use of force reports. I just want to get the first page so then I could narrow down. Maybe it has a description of where it occurred, and then I can see what incident this is, and then maybe follow up with a more detailed open records request saying, I want a body cam video for this particular incident that occurred at this location per this use of force report. Now, obviously, if we know this occurred yesterday or today, it's very simple. We send an open records request to the police department. We demand the body cam video. We want the use of force report, incident report, maybe the CAD report, any other documents for an incident that occurred in a parking lot. And we can tell in the video that roughly where it occurred in Rankin, because you can see some of the businesses around. So I say this kind of broadly because when we send out public records requests, we don't know a lot of the information to give to the police, because obviously they need some way to narrow down the search to get what it is we're requesting. So those are some ways. The more ambiguous information you have, then that's what you might want to do to at least maybe get some information to be able to isolate the specific incident that you then want to come back with a more narrowly tailored open records request. So it just depends. Now, we would want to know, I don't know if this is a pedestrian, was he driving? It appears to be a pedestrian. In the parking lot, I don't see another vehicle, but I might be mistaken. What was the reason for the stop? So there's going to be a narrative by the officer under oath as to what was the nature of the initial encounter, what was the articulable reasonable suspicion for approaching him, and either was he detaining him to put him in handcuffs, or was the guy committing a crime, and was this police officer actually arresting him? What was he being arrested for? What was the charge? These are important because, again, we have to go and apply the Graham v. Connor factors. And the factors, again, is the severity of the crime is the first element. Second, what's the immediate threat to the public? Third, was he resisting arrest? Was he fleeing? And so forth. We have to look at the circumstances to justify the legality of those punches and whether that is excessive force. Now, he's tasing the guy, so why is it necessary to punch him in the head? Again, as I just did a previous video, we need legislation reforming police takedowns and physical force. We absolutely have to. Punching somebody in the head can cause very severe head trauma. I don't know if this guy just robbed a bank. I don't know if he was riding a bicycle without a light. So again, applying those Graham v. Connor factors, we just have to figure that out. So let's take a look at this video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think this is excessive force? Or are you like me? We have to get more information and figure out what was the context behind all this and the totality of the circumstances. Let's take a look at the video.
Well, which way? Which way?
As you see in the video, the officer is apparently saying, put your hands behind your back or something to that effect. There may be some active resistance here, but again, what is the degree of that resistance? We don't have all the facts. I kind of wanted to do a little bit different video, as I said in the beginning here, to show you how you can go about and get information about an incident here, because we don't have what led up to this. And by the way, this is in Rincon, Georgia. I once had to drive there and go to Tommy's Pizza. He's from New Jersey. It's an awesome place for pizza. If you want to read some interesting Facebook posts, go to the Rincon, Georgia community Facebook page and put in Tommy's Pizza. It's some of the most hilarious posts. It turns out a lot of it was a marketing campaign, but absolutely hilarious, but great pizza, New York style. I just have to give that shout out to Tommy. I hope he's doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video. And please, I really want to drive the comments here. What say you? You're the members of the jury. Is this excessive force or not? Have a great day.